Yo, what's up everybody, so as you guys did see in the thumbnail, I'm going to be going over 20 mistakes which Drive an Empire has made. So these can be like car related or just, related with the map or whatever, just mistakes in general. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So the first one which we have is a Devel 16. So when we spawn it in right here, we could see that it has these two little black squares in the front, as you guys can see right here in the front, which I actually do think is a mistake because it's supposed to be on a different model and not the model with the spoiler. I'll kind of pop up a picture. I think they accidentally put it on this model, but it's not really meant to be on it. So that's kind of like a little mistake. Maybe it is supposed to be on it, but I don't think that it is supposed to be like on the model with the spoiler. I could be completely wrong about this, but that's just like a little mistake I really found. Moving on, we have the Lamborghini Temerario. I'm not even gonna bother, trying to pronounce that. And if we go over to performance and we go to engine, the stock engine, as we can see, it's just naturally aspirated. There's nothing really going on. Let me see. Never mind. Aspiration. Here we go. Naturally, it's just naturally aspirated. That is the stock option, but in real life, I believe it is twin turboed, I believe. Yeah, it's twin turbocharged in real life. So it should be like this stock, like some other cars are, but it isn't. So this is how it's actually supposed to sound like. So let's, twin turbo it real quick. Yeah, I don't really hear much of a difference, but stock, it is supposed to be twin turbocharged and not naturally aspirated. So that's kind of a mistake they made. I've seen they like done it with other cars before where it's like, stock twin turbocharged or naturally, or like supercharged or whatever. So yeah, kind of like a little bit of mistake they made. And yeah, moving on, we have the 1967 Cadillac Eldorado. So here it is. And this one's pretty self-explanatory. We could just look at the speedometer right here. While, we're like climbing up. Let me see if it even loads. All right, here we go. So we can see the numbers now, and you guys can see we're clearly going 120, and look where it's at, 40 and 50. So it doesn't even go past 50, maybe even like hitting 50. I'm not completely sure, but it doesn't really go much higher than that. So yeah, we could see it's not going too high. It's not, yeah. That's literally just it. We're going 120, it says 50, so that's kind of broken. And we can also see right here that it actually does go up to like 120 because that's the max speed, but it should get stuck at 40 to 50. I didn't even notice this when we had the update, but that's a little, speedometer mistake. It doesn't make sense, and I guess it's like somewhat realistic because it's an old car, so obviously it's gonna have faults, but I mean, this is just too big of a mistake. Like, we're going double like the miles per hour, and it's just not really working. And we actually have another mistake with this car. And if we open up the hood real quick, let's open up the front, get out the car, let's open up the front, and we could zoom in right here. We can see there's 7 wires right here, which means it's a 7-cylinder, but there's actually supposed to be 8 on this car because it's an 8-cylinder car actually. So that's a little mistake. It's supposed to be 8 cylinders, and there's only 7 wires here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then we have another issue with another Cadillac, and it's the 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and it's the same exact thing. It's the speedometer, I believe. Yes, it is a speedometer. See how it's stuck at 60? We're going 120. It's climbing up a little bit, but it's very far behind. It's about 40 miles per hour behind. It only gets stuck on 60 to 70. So then we have the 1963 Chevrolet Stingray. There's actually a lot of problems with these. I don't know how, but there is just a bunch of problems with these. And this one is not a speedometer one, I don't think. Yeah, speedometer is good to me, I think. Oh wait, this one's actually broken too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one's actually broken too. Unless I'm like, yeah, this is the RPM. Okay, speedometer is actually broken on this one too, I think. So that's a little like one I found. But what I was actually gonna say is when we turn over here, we could see, look, the logo of the Corvette is actually not even attached to like the actual steering wheel. So we could see it just looks like you're like, kind of just wobbling it. Kind of just, yeah, it's not even attached, and the test isn't even attached. Yeah, we can just kind of see it's kind of floating there. It's not actually attached to the wheel. Then we have another one with the General Motors update, and it is the 2009 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. Where is it? Here it is. And this car in real life is supposed to be supercharged on stock option. I do have it supercharged right now, but I'll prove it to you guys that it's actually supposed to be supercharged. Let me catch my car real quick. If you open up right here on the floor mats, we can open up right here and you can zoom in. Here it is. It says supercharged ZR1. So on stock option, it should be supercharged. But if we go over here to performance, we can see that on aspiration, it's just naturally aspirated. This is the stock option. I do have it supercharged, but it's supposed to be like this stock, and it isn't. So yeah, that's a little kind of issue. It's not supercharged really on stock how it's supposed to be when it is a supercharged car. Moving on, we have the 2023 Audi Q3 Sportsback, and this one's kind of interesting. You guys might notice that there's a little bit something wrong with the diffuser here, and that is there is no exhaust. I mean, I'm hitting the nitrous now, and there's not even an effect, nothing. There's literally nothing coming out over here on this side. So yeah, we could see that this is broken in this way because there is just no exhaust. I guess the modelers forgot to like add this. I'm pretty sure every car has exhaust, so this is actually supposed to have exhaust and not like an actual thing which is supposed to be like not having exhaust or whatever. So yeah, kind of a mistake they made there. I didn't even really notice this when the update came out, to be honest. Moving on to the Lotus AJ Cup 430, and we have another speedometer problem, and we could see we're going 200 and there's literally nothing here. Yeah, it's just going on literally nothing. So speedometer broken once again. on another car. There seems to be a lot of these, honestly. It's kind of crazy. The next one which we have is actually an unlicensed off-sale model, but I don't have it right now. But it is a Tesla Roadster, the bottom of it being broken. And I'll pop up a clip of kind of what it looks like. The bottom of the car is just basically like under the floor, basically, and just very separated. So yeah, I'll pop up a clip of what that looks like. It's very kind of funny, but I mean, it's not really high priority. It's been like that ever since I think got in the game for a while. But it's pretty funny how like the bottom of it is just completely like on the bottom. And yeah. Well, now we actually have a problem with all the McLaren 720Ss which we have in the game. First is the 720S GT3S, and I'm gonna turn on the blinkers real quick. And first of all, you can actually hear the blinker sound. And second of all, there is no blinkers. Now, you guys might be like, oh, it's a track car, it's a GT3 car, it's not supposed to have blinkers. But I actually did search it up, and it's supposed to have blinkers. And even if it's not supposed to, they just left, you know, the blinker sound in anyway. So if this was like an intentional thing to like not have blinkers on the car, they could have at least taken out the blinker sound. So that's kind of a mistake there. Moving on to the McLaren 720S Coupe. This has been an issue for literal ages because the lights on this are very clearly broken. Look at this. So the stop light is supposed to be also here, but it's not. These are both blinkers for some reason, and it's not supposed to be that way. So that's broken. And this one's kind of interesting. It's literally reversed. I don't know why they keep messing this up. We could turn it on and turn on the blinkers. Look at this. This is reversed. Like, this is supposed to be the blinkers, and this is supposed to be like the actual red light. They just reversed it for some reason. So we could see that like on this one, it's actually, look, this is how it's supposed to look. This is like actually good. On this one, they just completely reversed it. So that's very, very interesting. I don't know why they keep like messing this up. Maybe it's a hard thing to do. I kind of doubt it is, but I don't know. They just kind of keep messing that up. So that's kind of interesting. So as you guys might know, we have 4 Koenigsegg's in the game. So we could spawn in the Koenigsegg Jesko, and right here says Jesko. This one says Regera, and no, obviously because it's a Regera. This one says, it doesn't say Gamera actually because it's a prototype car, so it doesn't really have like, you know, it's not an official car yet, I don't believe. But something about the Koenigsegg Agera RS, we could see there's actually supposed to be like a license plate here, and I believe it was actually bugged before where it was like actually glitched into the thing, like glitched into the engine kind of. I'll show like a picture of that. But now we can see there's just nothing here. Not really that big of a deal, but there's like supposed to be a license plate here, and there's just literally nothing. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I feel like they just gave up on that. I'm not completely sure if it's supposed to be like that. I'm assuming that you could actually add a license plate, but I don't know. They just kind of got rid of that for some reason. Then another one which we actually have is a map issue. So if we go over here to the dealership and spawn real quick, what we have to do is go through this area real quick. Just take this right turn over here, and I believe it's one of these buildings. Basically, the issue which I'm talking about is going through buildings. I don't think you can go through this one. Yeah, okay, it's not this one. It's only one building, actually. I think they fixed the other one, like, randomly. And let's go into this one. This has been, like, a mistake or issue, whatever, in the game for a long time. Yeah, you can just go through this building. I'm not completely sure there's any more buildings that you can go through. I'm gonna go ahead and try this one. I don't think you can go through it, though. Yeah, only this one for some reason. It's just broken. I don't know. They haven't really fixed it at all. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. There's not like really a lot of people in this area anyways, but yeah, that's kind of a mistake. You just go through a building. Then here we have the 2016 Porsche 718 Boxster S, and we can see when we brake. Let me see. Maybe you guys could see it better on nighttime. I feel like that'd actually be better. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, when we go to brake, look, only this brake light actually shows. This one's supposed to show, obviously indicating that you're actually braking, but only the middle brake light actually works. These are all supposed to work, and it doesn't. So yeah. Moving on to the next one, we have another one with a Porsche 911 GT3 RS actually. So Porsche 911 GT3 RS, here it is. And this one actually has the same exact issue. I don't know how they messed this up twice, but we can turn this on and we can see the light works just fine. But when we go to brake, we can see only right here is where it turns on. This is also supposed to turn on, obviously, and it doesn't, which is kind of sucks, honestly, because that's kind of like the nicest part of the car. Obviously, you can turn it on like this and it looks really, really cool. But when you go to brake, only this one in the middle actually indicates that you're braking. So that's another one with the Porsche. Then moving on, we have the Bentley Flying Sport Speed Edition, I believe. Spear Speed Edition, I'm sorry. 12. And we could see it's not really that big of a mistake. It's just something that they kind of left out. Most people probably didn't notice this, including me. And it's right here. There's actually supposed to be a Bentley logo or some type of emblem, I believe, right here, like near the back of the window. I'll kind of see if I could get a picture of that. Then moving on to another one, we have the Range Rover Sport SVR. So let me spawn that in. Range Rover Sport SVR, and I believe this one has actually, yeah, here we go. We could see just when we're hitting the nitrous, there's literally not an exhaust here, and there's nitrous coming out. So I don't know how they managed to do this, but if our final mistake is actually on another unlicensed model, and it is the Ford GT, the 2014 Tempest 4.7S. And we can see, obviously, just looking at the interior, it's a very, very old model. I believe it's been in the game for like a good while. But when we open up, let's just go quickly outside the car real quick. we could see that the dashboard, yeah, we could literally see it right here. The gauges are behind the actual dashboard. It's obviously supposed to be right here, and it is not. We could see that it's very, very outdated too. Kind of like a wait for it model, but I mean, yeah, this has been like this for a while. They're probably not gonna fix it because it's just an unlicensed model. Yeah, we can see like, you know, the actual speedometer and the RPMs and whatever are behind the 4GT. And yeah, I believe that's about 19 to 20 mistakes. I hope that I hit 20. I think that was 20 mistakes that Driving Empire has made. Hopefully we get like a mass bug fix update, like just like one day. Honestly, we kind of need it. Like, even if there's no cars or whatever, just fix everything in the game, because there's a lot of mistakes that like they haven't, you know, fixed, which I feel like are pretty easy fixes. For example, like the McLaren 720S Coupe. I don't even know how long we've had this in the game for, like too long, definitely 6 months or longer, and they have not fixed this. And this has been reported for like so many times, and yeah, these are all just broken, all these little details. So I hope they, you know, do actually go through like a mass bug fixing soon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, and also what's your favorite bug that I went over, or maybe one like that I didn't really cover, so you know, I could maybe cover it in a part 2 if I do end up doing it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, everybody, and bye.